Okay, let's talk about a scenario. Let's imagine it's the near future, say February 4th, 2026. And on that day, something happens that sends an absolute earthquake through one of India's most important industries. We're not talking about a bad earnings report or a new government rule. Nope. This was a single product launch that shook the entire Indian IT sector to its very core.
So what does a financial earthquake actually look like? Well, it looks like this number, 2 lakh crore rupees. That's about 24 billion US dollars, just gone, wiped out from India's top IT companies in a single day of trading. An absolutely staggering amount that left everyone just scrambling.
So, you have to ask, what on earth could have happened in our scenario? What could possibly trigger the sector's worst day since the big COVID crash back in 2020? Well, that's the mystery we're going to unravel right now. And the answer? It's a lot more fascinating than you might think.
The event was so sudden, so disruptive, that the analysts on the street immediately slapped a label on it, the SaaSpocalypse. Like a potential doomsday for the whole software as a service model. And on this one particular day, it really felt like the ground zero for those tremors was right here in India. Now, this chart really tells the story. Just look at how isolated this whole thing was. You see the nifty IT index, right? The one that tracks the tech sector. It plummeted a brutal 7%. But the wider market, the BSE Sensex, it was basically flat. This wasn't a panic across the board. This was a targeted, almost surgical strike against the tech industry. And here, you can see the scale of the damage. I mean, it was a bloodbath. The absolute giants of Indian IT were all bleeding red. Infosys was down almost 9%, its worst day in ages. TCS, Tech Mahindra, HCL, Wipro, nobody was safe. This wasn't about one company having a bad quarter. This was the market saying it had lost faith in the entire industry's business model. So where did the hit come from? Well, the trigger for all this chaos wasn't in a boardroom in Bengaluru or a government office in Delhi. The shockwaves started almost 14,000 kilometers away, all from a single announcement by a startup in San Francisco. And the company's name, Anthropic, an AI research company that, with just one move, sent a terrifyingly clear message to the entire global tech industry. And the weapon that used was a brand new kind of artificial intelligence.
So they unveiled this new product called Claude Cowork. Now, on the surface, it's an AI assistant, but the game changer was its plugins, which were designed to automate really complex, high-level professional work, the kind of stuff that, up until now, you needed skilled people to do.
And this is the key to understanding the whole thing, the technology behind it. We're not talking about another simple chatbot here. This is what's called Agentic AI. The way to think about it is, this AI doesn't just help you with a task. You can give it a complex goal, and it will figure out the steps, and then just go and do the entire workflow all by itself. This slide just nails the difference. On the left, you've got assistive AI. That's a tool that helps a human work faster, right? Think of a coder using an AI to suggest the next line of code. But on the right, you have agentic AI, and that's a total paradigm shift. It doesn't just help the coder. You could tell it to build an entire software module, and it performs the work autonomously. That is the change that has the markets so incredibly spooked. And you want to know where this new AI is being aimed? Straight at the heart of the IT services' most profitable businesses. We're talking legal contract reviews, compliance paperwork, data analysis, sales and marketing tasks, customer support. These are the high-margin services that companies like TCS and Infosys have built their empires on. And that right there is the core of the crisis. See, the Indian IT success story was built on a really simple, really powerful model: revenue per head. The more people you have working on a project, the more money you make. But what happens when one single AI agent can do the work of 10 or even 100 junior employees? That entire model is suddenly facing an existential threat. And make no mistake, this wasn't just an Indian story. The shock and the panic that started with Anthropic's announcement, it went global, and it went global fast, kicking off a massive sell-off in tech markets all over the world. Yeah, the shockwave slammed right into Wall Street. Even the absolute titans of the industry, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Salesforce, they all saw their stocks take a dive. Investors started thinking, wait a minute, if AI can automate the services that run on these platforms, maybe the platforms themselves aren't as valuable. Which brings us to the huge debate that's now just raging among all the experts. Is this a full-blown crisis, the beginning of the end for the IT sector as we know it? Or is it the painful birth of something totally new?
So, on one side of the argument, you've got this view, summed up pretty well by the analyst Prasenjit Paul. The thinking here is that the old way of doing business, just throwing more bodies at a problem, is fundamentally broken. That whole headcount model is facing what he calls an existential test.
But then, you have the other side, the optimistic take. Pranay Agarwal from StocksCart says, hey, maybe this is just short-term panic. Yes, AI is a challenge, but it also opens up brand new opportunities. I mean, someone has to implement these AI systems, right? Someone has to manage them and provide oversight. That, he argues, could be the new higher value role for IT firms.
This could lead to what some experts are calling a bifurcation opportunity. It's a really powerful idea. The market could basically split in two. The huge, slow-moving giants, they might struggle to adapt. But smaller, more specialized companies that can really master this new AI could thrive, pulling way ahead of the pack.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really provocative question. For decades, the Indian IT empire was built on labor arbitrage, providing skilled workers at a lower cost. If agentic AI can automate a huge chunk of that work, are we actually watching the end of that entire era? And if we are, what on earth comes next?
One thing's for sure, the ground is definitely shifting under our feet. So what do you think? Is a future like this an unavoidable threat, or is it a massive opportunity in disguise? I'd love to know what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, please don't forget to like and share. Thanks for watching.